flying motorcycles, demented warlords, and a woman angrier than my ex. George Miller's Furiosa is the prequel to 2015's wildly popular Mad Max Fury Road. In this video, we'll take a deep dive into Furiosa, her journey, and the greater connections to the Mad Max universe. I'll also talk about Max's cameo and the post-credit teaser hinting at the next Mad Max movie. So grab some mother's milk and join me in my war rig, because things are gonna get bumpy. Furiosa takes place 45 years after the collapse of civilization. The world is a post-apocalyptic hellscape, and we're in Australia. We get our first look at the mythical green place, inhabited by Furiosa's tribe, the Vuvalini of many mothers. This fertile land is a stark contrast to the wasteland seen in Fury Road. Among the Vuvalini is a grown-up Valkyrie, a character we meet in Fury Road. You might remember the little girl young Furiosa hands a fruit to. They'll meet up years later in Fury Road, where Valkyrie meets a tragic end. Fun fact, Miller originally intended for her character to survive, but due to the actress's schedule, he had her killed off. The green place can be found in the very center of Australia, ironic since that area today is primarily desert. The film is split into 5 distinct chapters, showing Furiosa's journey from a young girl to the top driver of Immortan Joe's war rig. The first chapter, The Pole of Inaccessibility, shows young Furiosa grabbing a fruit. Miller uses black and white to accentuate its color, evoking images of Eve and the forbidden fruit. Furiosa stumbles upon a group of rotor raiders but is captured. Using a whistle, she alerts the Vuvalini tribe to come to her aid, including her mother, Mary Jabassa. Mary is an unstoppable force, hunting the rotor bikers through miles of desert. Under the shadow of a sandstorm, Mary saves Furiosa but sacrifices herself to hold off Dementis's men, allowing Furiosa to escape. This scene is a powerful demonstration of the lengths Mary will go to protect her daughter. Furiosa makes a tragic mistake by running back to her mother and is forced to watch as Dementis kills her. This moment is pivotal for Furiosa, as it shapes her resolve and determination. Yet Furiosa is brave and does not divulge the location of the green place under Dementis's iron grip. Chapter 2. Lessons from the Wasteland shows young Furiosa in captivity. She sneaks the history man's tattoo machine to draw the stars leading her back home. This clever act of defiance illustrates Furiosa's ingenuity and resourcefulness. Dementis instructs his men to lynch their captors while Furiosa watches. This brutal scene highlights Dementis's cruelty and the harsh realities of the wasteland. Dementis learns of the location of the citadel and decides to take it over, not knowing how devout Immortan Joe's warboys are. Immortan Joe, his 2 sons, and the People Eater are back. Dementis underestimates the warboys' loyalty, resulting in an overwhelming victory for Immortan Joe. This defeat is a significant blow to Dementis's plans, forcing him to reconsider his strategy. Unable to take over the citadel, Dementis targets Gastown. The 3 fortresses of the wasteland are interdependent. The citadel provides food, the bullet farm ammunition, and Gastown gas. Dementis commandeers one of Immortan Joe's war rigs and switches its men with fake warboys. They trick Gastown into thinking the rig is under attack, allowing them entry. This clever ruse showcases Dementis's tactical cunning. However, Dementis's decision to kill many of his own men causes unrest among his senior commanders. This internal strife foreshadows future rebellion against him. The plan works, and Dementis's men take over Gastown. Dementis strikes a deal with Immortan Joe, offering a steady supply of gas in exchange for food and water. Joe also demands young Furiosa as one of his brides, and Dementis begrudgingly accepts. This exchange highlights the transactional nature of relationships in the wasteland, where survival often comes at a steep price. Furiosa's stay as a bride is short-lived. She escapes, disguising herself as a mute boy and proving herself as a skilled mechanic. This transformation marks the beginning of Furiosa's journey towards becoming the formidable warrior we know. She first lays eyes on Praetorian Jack, Immortan Joe's best driver and her only shot at escape. Chapter 3. The Stowaway sees Furiosa hiding underneath Jack's giant rig on its journey to Gastown. One of Dementis's commanders, the Octobos, goes rogue. This character, with his giant octopus flying machine, adds an element of bizarre creativity to the story. Furiosa uses a grappling gun to shoot the Octobos's flying machine into the rig's bomby knocker. On their way back to the citadel, Furiosa attempts to steal the rig from Jack, but is unsuccessful. This daring move shows her desperation and determination. Jack offers her an opportunity to get back home in return for becoming his right-hand man. Over time, they develop an intimate relationship and decide to go off to the green place together. This bond between them adds emotional depth to their journey. On a mission to the bullet farm, Furiosa and Jack are ambushed by Dementis's men. There's an insane battle sequence where Furiosa and Jack escape, but Furiosa's arm gets severely mangled during the chase. This moment explains how she came to have her iconic mechanical arm. Captured by Dementis, Furiosa warns Immortan Joe that Dementis has taken over the bullet farm. This sparks the 40-day Wasteland War, a prolonged and brutal conflict. During this war, Furiosa cuts off her hair and constructs her own hydraulic arm, becoming the Furiosa we know today. This transformation symbolizes her complete evolution into a warrior. She is now on a one-woman mission to track and kill Dementis. She catches up to him, and Dementis tries to lose her by creating a decoy. This doesn't work, as when he wakes up the next day, he finds himself with no water, no ammo, and no working bike. Furiosa has taken everything from him, just like everything was taken from her. At first, he doesn't recognize who she is. The last time he saw her, he traded her to Immortan Joe. She screams, wanting him to bring those she loves back, but that's impossible. Dementis finds it ironic that, like him, it's hate that motivates her and not hope. Is she really any different than him? This question adds a philosophical layer to the story, exploring the fine line between heroism and villainy. I like to think that if Furiosa is a movie about hate, Fury Road is one of hope. Dementis's death is one marred in mystery. The voiceover states that he might have been shot or strung up, but our narrator says instead of outright killing Dementis, Furiosa gave him a fate worse than death. She has brought him back to the citadel and chained him to the mountainside. Using the seed her mother gave her, she plants it in his body, where over time it weaves into and out of his torso, creating a grotesque human-tree hybrid. This imagery is both horrifying and poetic, underscoring the themes of revenge and transformation. Before the film ends, we catch glimpses of Furiosa approaching Immortan Joe's wives and smuggling them out of the citadel, setting the stage for Fury Road. In conclusion, Furiosa offers a rich and compelling backstory for one of the most iconic characters in the Mad Max series. It blends intense action with deep emotional and philosophical themes, making it a worthy addition to the franchise. Furiosa is a must-watch film that will leave you eagerly anticipating the next installment in the Mad Max saga.